this as big as it gets right here?
Hey, Go Knucklers, it's Flo, and welcome back to another episode of Go Knuckle Talk with Flo. This is episode 83. Guys, don't forget when you're on the YouTube channel, what the hell are you supposed to do, Lisa?
Subscribe,
like the channel,
video,
and leave a comment. If you leave it during the show, we'll showcase it live. So come on, let's hear some, let's read some comments. So, Lisa, who are these beautiful people on our show tonight?
Oh, we have a wonderful group and a motley crew here. Regina Bodeker, Superstar, and Scooter Billington, and Rob Harris.
Hi, guys.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Okay, so obviously, we know you graduated in 86.
Yes.
So, Regina, I know you're still in Plainview. Rob, where are you at?
I'm in Houston.
Okay, and Scooter, where are you at?
I just retired from Colorado and relocated in Plainview, believe it or not.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, welcome, fellas. It's your first time with us. So,
and real quick, I'm sorry. FYI, Rob is only he lives not too far from where I work. We just found out that the other night.
Oh wow!
I mean, probably 5-10 minutes from where I work. So
like 2 minutes.
Yeah. 2 minutes. Oh, damn!
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, y'all need to get together for a beer or a cocktail or something.
There's that. What's that gentleman's club around the corner?
Oh my God, no!
I would not have any idea.
The Fuzzy Peach.
I'm kidding. I don't go to those damn establishments anymore. It's too expensive. Anyway.
I know. Well, without further ado, the topic of today is to discuss your 40th high school reunion. So, I want to know, like, why did you decide to join the committee? Rob, I'm going to start with you.
With me?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I did. Scooter called and asked me for help for the website, so I kind of did that so we can take, payments for tickets and stuff. And I kind of thought that was going to be the extent of it, but here I am, so I guess not.
Nope.
Scooter, how about you?
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's kind of a long story. Because I guess I've been kind of involved with the reunion from the beginning. It started back in high school, our senior year. Brian Ragland, one morning when we rolled up to school, he was writing down some stuff on a piece of paper. And Brent Barton, Clifton Pennell, myself, we're just standing there and we're asking, like, hey, Brian, what are you doing? He says, I'm writing a speech. I'm running for treasurer or some shit. I don't even remember what it was. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah. And so he had this speech made out, and it had his name and what position, what he was running for. And he goes, it'd be funny if you guys did the same thing, because at the time you had to go down to the office and give your speech over the loudspeaker or whatever in the morning. And so we all, Brent, Clifton, and myself, we leached off of Brian's speech, and we just inserted our names and the position. And somehow I wound up doing the president. And I found out a couple of days later that if you become the president of the senior class, that it's your responsibility for reunion. So here I am.
It's a lifetime commitment.
Wow. Little did you know what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah, but we just did it as a joke. It was kind of funny because, hi, my name is Brian Ragland. I'm running for the office of this. And it was, hi, my name is Brent Barton. I'm running for this. And it was all the exact same thing, all four of us. And I never dreamed that I would win, but there you go.
We weren't paying attention anyway.
I wasn't. Yeah, so that's cool. How I've been involved.
Wow. Regina, well, cool. What about you?
I guess I was just one of them left in Plainview and just took it on myself to help because I think they're important and I thought it'd be fun, and they've been nothing but fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that brings me to the next question. How do y'all feel about celebrating your 40th reunion? It's kind of a surreal thing, isn't it? Regina?
Very, since I'm only 29, I don't know how that's happening, but oh well.
Me too.
Anyway.
Yeah, 40th snuck up on y'all's asses. That snuck up.
It sure did. I can't believe it. But I'm excited. It'll be fun. It's nice to see everybody. We've done every 5 years since we graduated, except we didn't do 5. We did 10, 15, 20, 25. all the way up to now. So
Oh, that
we're
was 10
excited. Mhm. Every 5 years is a small
Yeah.
one, and every 10 years is a big one.
Okay. Rob, how do you feel about celebrating your 40th?
I'm excited. There's some of my favorite things that, I'm looking forward to them. Even the 5-year ones are fun in my view. So it's
Mhm.
good seeing everybody and um, just spending time with those people. Where you got this, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. You're just comfortable with those people because you knew them, every day, all day for so many years. You can't replace that really until you get married, probably.
Yeah, that is very true, especially when you grow up in a small town like Plainview. And most of us all grew up, since first grade or kindergarten on, unless you moved in at some point in time. We've all known each other for a long time. Scooter, how do you feel about?
Well, that's a pretty big milestone. I mean, you think back and, like when you're graduating from high school and, you're finishing up and you don't really think about like 40 years from now, where will you be, and like, everybody's just, you know, thrown out to the wind, I guess, so to speak. So
Yeah,
it's a pretty big deal.
and I think aging today is quite different than when we were young and looked at people that were our age. You guys are not that far behind us. We saw them as being really old, right? But
Mhm. Oh yeah, they were old.
60's the new 40. So I mean,
Amen.
people,
All right.
there's more longevity. People lead healthier lifestyles for the most part. I don't think we age as quickly, even though the stressors are probably greater today, with just the way the world is, and it's just expanded. But I don't think we're as old as we thought we would be.
Right. I thought our
Right.
Well,
parents
have
were
you guys
really
seen
old.
like those memes where they compare like William Brimley at like 55 compared to
Yeah,
Tom Cruise at 55? It's like shit. It's like wow.
I'm still waiting
it's
to
a
feel grown up.
yeah.
It hadn't hit yet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't do it.
No.
Not worth it.
So Scooter, besides doing this show to promote your reunion, what else are you guys doing to promote it?
Well, and like I said, most of the things that we've got, we've done a lot of Facebook work. We kind of we put our stuff out there on the Facebook. I've actually purchased, I guess, the domain for phs86.com. And like I said, I reached out, and Robbie's definitely our, he's our digital architect. I'm technotard for sure. I mean, I can get around on it, but he's definitely the guru in that regard. So the plan is, because what we've noticed is a lot of people, they don't go to one central location, even though we put it out on Facebook, and word of mouth is been pretty good. But we're looking to upgrade and kind of go to a website of our own. So it'll kind of be, a central location, so we can kind of upkeep, we kind of beat the idea around a little bit about, you know, people that have passed and, things like that. And then upkeep with people that are around. If you want to put your information out there, maybe to reach out to folks. So it's kind of in the works. Like I said, Robbie's definitely the man for that, but that's kind of what we're doing right now.
What's funny you did that because 25, 30 years ago, I started a website for class of 83. This is before Facebook.
Right.
And it was pretty good. I mean, but and it was all word of mouth. We didn't have, again, social media. We
Right.
didn't have the hey, check out our website. I just reached a handful of people that I was in contact with, and I said, please tell these people and give me the information because I want photos. And Lisa, I remember you sent me photos. You mailed
Yeah.
them to me, and I scanned them and put them on there.
Yep.
And I found them about a year and a half ago, and I just threw them away because it was photos of you and a certain person.
Facebook's
Alrighty.
pretty
Yeah.
good. A big portion of our class on Facebook, but it's not quite everybody. Probably
Right.
10% or so aren't on there, maybe 15.
Yeah.
So
One of the things that we did, Rob, was I don't remember who Flo may remember this, but we created a spreadsheet with all our classmates, and we divided them up amongst our committee members. So each committee member had however many people assigned to try to reach out to them in whatever means, whether it was through classmates.com or Facebook or Instagram or just a Google search. And then, we would update that same spreadsheet so everybody else could see who had contacted, who was a yes, a no, or a maybe, or couldn't find. And that outreach was really helpful. And then we started a challenge on Facebook. I posted the first video because I'd not attended any reunions other than two NRRs, but a class reunion I'd never attended. And I made just a heartfelt video on the spur of the moment without forethought and explained why I was involved with the committee and why I was coming to the 40th reunion and why it meant so much to me, and encouraged people who were on the fence like me, who had maybe not a good high school experience or trauma that they'd been avoiding and had not attended. And, basically I tugged at their heartstrings, like, life is short. We've lost classmates. COVID happened. We don't know. Every day is a ticking time bomb, and you don't know when it's your time. So just come. Even if you're uncomfortable, come and be uncomfortable with me. And then it just snowballed, and other people started doing videos, and then they would start nominating. Okay, I've done this video. Flo started this. I'm now nominating so-and-so, and to challenge. And so this video thing started going on, and we had the highest attendance at our 40th.
Yeah, we did that. You guys remember that water bucket challenge?
Mm-hmm.
We I did the same thing, but it was with a cocktail. So I challenged X amount, whoever, to do a video with a cocktail, and they challenged. So we had about 15, 20 people participate. So it was pretty
Good
it was
idea.
pretty successful.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you got to get on Facebook on your class page and write something weekly. Every 2 or 3 times during the week, just make sure it will show up on their wall, about the reunion. So like Lisa mentioned, we use Google Docs, Rob. So you're the IT guy, so we use Google Docs, so everything's live. Whatever you change, and within seconds, it's refresh though. But what else Regina? What else do you think? What other means are you going to use to get the word out?
Well, we have several of us Plainview people still here. So like LaDonna Mooney works at the United. So she's very good talking to anybody that goes to the grocery store. She invites them. I'm out in the community a lot. When I see somebody, I invite them. Still friends with a lot of people. So I just encourage them to come, even like Lisa said, even if you're uncomfortable, it is a great time. You learn so much, and it's so funny. My face hurts. I laugh so hard. And those two guys right over there to the side are funny. They're funny.
Well, you're going to find out that some of these stories aren't good. I mean, there's just a handful. No, I'm serious. They didn't have a good high school bringing, and then they didn't. However, because of Lisa's video and our challenge and everything we did, and all of our communities contacting people, we persuaded a handful. And they came, and they had the best time.
Yeah, so more than a handful. More, I would say at least 15 to 20 people came that had no intention of coming and came up to us afterwards and said
because they hated high school.
They were
we
so
told
grateful.
them, we were assholes back when we were kids.
Well, speak for yourself, not me.
Yeah, whatever, Lisa. You walked around like your shit didn't stink.
I was a sweet girl.
But anyway, no. But the thing is, it helped, and because we told them, hey, we're practically 60 years old. We're not that same kid back in high school.
Right. And
then they I guess 15, 20, they came and they enjoyed it, and they'd never been to one. It was Lisa's first one. But anyway, let's go back to the question. So Scooter, you said since you're the president, you've been to every reunion, correct?
I think I missed the 15. I think it was 15.
Okay.
I was way down South Texas, so I couldn't make it.
How did you have committees back then helping you?
Look here, man.
I'm solo.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. The class of '86, we've got some of the most dynamic people. Like, I just reach out to folks like Regina Lee, Gina Posey at the time when Raw, everybody. We just got a good group of people, and they're always willing. If you just ask, man, they're right there when you need them. So Yeah,
Okay.
it's just
What
been
about
good.
what about you, Rob? Have you been to everyone?
I think I made them all except for the last one during COVID. I didn't go during that.
Because
Okay.
he was not going to wear a face mask on the damn plane.
It's true.
He would have walked before he did that.
Yep.
I'm proud
That's
of him.
funny. Regina, I assume you've been to everyone.
I've been to everyone, yes.
Okay. So, and then and how many total?
Golly, no, we didn't do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So this will be our 7th.
Mhm.
But like at our 25th, somebody said, we didn't even know when it was happening. We didn't know. So Scooter went right then and made the dates until our 50th. So we've had every reunion planned since our 25th, every 5 years.
Okay.
We have a little
Wow.
calendar with it on there.
Well, that's
Nice.
So they
great.
can't say that they didn't know when it was.
So one thing I'm going to tell you guys tonight, put your senior photo on there. We started that, our class, 84 did it, 85 did it. Yeah, just go in there and if you go to classmates.com and sign up, you can have access to the yearbooks from Plainview.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I get my screenshots from
Mhm.
whatever ages. So I suggest do
Some
that and
high
encourage.
quality photography back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Well,
All
I had
grainy.
to
I heard
doc
what
you.
you had to, it was not a pimple.
Okay.
Black, I don't know what that was, but yeah, I was not happy about that on my senior picture.
She had something big
Black
here. And,
junk right here on my face. I thought it was
Oh.
on my teeth, but
Oh
I think it was on
God,
my
use
teeth.
one from your junior year then.
so I was able to. I fixed it.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to her. I took a copy of her other part of her skin and just pasted it over, and it was a quick
Perfect.
fix.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh
But
my
anyway,
gosh.
yeah, encourage your classmates of '86 to do the same thing. We had well over 50 of our classmates that did it. So, well, cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, that was another way of engaging people to actively participate. So we started getting a lot of momentum. So by the time we got to the reunion, people had already been really engaging. I forgot before I asked the next question. One of the things that we did is we set up a live Zoom for people that couldn't make the reunion, but they could log on to the Zoom link and watch the reunion. And people
that's
could go up to the computer and engage with them and talk and ask questions. I would suggest like a headset or something because it was really hard to hear. But several people logged in and we got to say hi and they got to say hi to classmates. Hindsight is 2020. We set it on the other side of the dance floor. If we had to do it again, we'd set it close to the tables with the screen or something.
That's actually a good idea.
That is good.
So that way
you
people
could
that
attend it,
can't,
Rob, back then, kind of.
Yeah.
yeah,
We
I was
did
on
miss you,
FaceTime with a
Robbie.
couple of people, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
the same.
Missed you. You're fun, man.
I mean, it allows people that truly, either for financial reasons or, commitments can't make it, but they can still be there, via this wonderful technology that we have and can still see classmates, even if they just log in and say hi and then exit. Anyway, so who are you most excited to see and why, Regina?
I always love to see Stacey Harris. She's one of my favorite people, and we don't get to see each other at all, just through Facebook. Stephanie Miller, she hasn't been home in a really long time. I would really love to see her. I hope Scotty Dillard comes. He's always fun. Scott Bryson. There's just a bunch of them I'd really like to see because they haven't been back in a while. But
Is there one particular or that you haven't seen since graduation you would like your what do you call it? Not shot in the dark. Your what's something with the horse? You guys help me out. Well, anyway,
I have no
there's-
idea if there's who have we
see, ours is Jackie Ross. No one's heard from her since graduation. She is ghost. But anyway,
really?
do you have anyone like that, Regina? Like,
probably if you hadn't have just asked me, I could have thought of somebody. But there's
Debbie,
Marvin
Debbie
Ruback.
White.
Yeah, Marvin.
Who?
Marvin Ruback.
Marvin Ruback.
okay,
Well-
Monty. I looked at his the other day. It's not Monty Ebling. It's
McLean.
McLean.
McLean?
Yes. Haven't seen him.
Well, what about Kevin Walker?
Kevin
mean,
Walker's here in Plainview, but we
yeah,
never see him.
but he's never once come. Yeah. I'd like to see him. It's been what, 40 something, maybe longer. I may not have seen him before graduation for a year or so.
Wow.
I know where he works. I bet we can get him.
Where
to
you
come.
work.
Just have everyone
Go
show up
stalk
there.
him.
Yeah, I'll stalk him out.
Rob,
Read Haran too. If we don't have it at his house, he doesn't go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
true. True.
Rob,
Yeah,
what
big
about
crash
you?
Parties at his house.
Rob,
You
who
know,
are you looking forward to seeing?
I couldn't really pin it down to like one person, but I just find it amazing how fun it is to talk to everybody, even though you really weren't that close of friends back then. You still have this weird kind of substantial connection, even though, you have never fostered it in any way. So people that you don't talk to normally, those are the ones I like to talk to the most. Like I think of Randy Malone, he and I we spent God knows how much time watching basketball from the bench. You never, except a message a year on Facebook or something like that, maybe. And he's always a fun guy to talk to. I always have to get to the reunion to remember that, though.
Yeah.
So he's one.
So dark horse, that was the word I was looking for. So who's your dark horse, Rob? Is there anyone else that is your dark horse, like someone that you haven't heard of? And
oh golly, I think we've got a list of people on the Facebook group, but I haven't looked at it in a while. Patrick Branch hasn't been showing up for a while.
he shows up to 85.
Yeah, he went to 85. I saw him.
But I think he's actually coming to this one, so I'm looking forward to talking to him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Scooter,
Crazy
how about
kid.
you?
Well, it's like I kind of echo what Rob says. I mean, like we just had, I don't know, just our class is so unique because you think about it, we were right about that time where Plainview put like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th, all of those grades. We were all together from 6th grade through high school.
5th grade.
From
Fifth
fifth
grade.
grade.
Yeah,
fifth
yeah,
grade.
really, yeah. But I don't know, like I just enjoy seeing everyone. I thought I knew everyone until I visited with Regina. She really knows everybody. Like I like Shannon Block's coming, Frankie Islas. I talked to him. We're gonna get some stogies going. Got some cigars. I may have bribed them a little bit and said that I'd have a cigar for them. So, and of course, like Brent and Brian and some of those guys. Thomas Curry, of course.
Yeah.
My brother. I enjoy everybody.
Are you talking about those Snoop Dogg cigars?
No, there's not. That's a blunt.
I know it's a blunt. That would be funnier to mention Snoop
subject
Dogg.
to a drug test where I work, so you have to be careful.
I think Frankie's a specialist at cigars. I mean, he seems
Yeah,
to be his thing.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
I just smoked one the other last weekend. I have a box of cigars that I don't smoke every time, but I love I'll buy a box and I'll last about a couple of months. But I love, if I was there, Scooter, I would definitely smoke a cigar with you. I'll bring the scotch or a good bourbon. Hell yeah.
Good bourbon, a good cigar, and a fine lady.
There you go. Yeah,
Oh,
I like the smell of them, but no, thank you to the smoking. I smoked a cigar in Miami in South Beach, thinking, okay, well, I'm in Miami.
Shit, you're smoking Cubans, man. That shit is strong.
Yeah.
Like
I
a blunt.
smoked one in Cancun.
I immediately went to my hotel room to throw up.
You're not supposed to inhale them.
At least
Well,
thought
you
that
know,
was cigars.
I probably had too many mojitos along with it. So, truth be told. So, we're going to post this on our Goat Knuckle Talk page on both Facebook and YouTube, and obviously on your class page. So, really think about what you want to impart to your classmates about the importance of attending this reunion. Rob, I'm going to start with you. Like, what do you want to tell your classmates?
To me, any missing person is something that's missing. So I hate that anybody can't make it for any reason, but it just makes it better for everybody if we're back together, like a class again. And to me, that's the best feeling in the world. We have a room full of people and they're, standing around talking, and we go to a second location. It's 3:00 in the morning before anybody even thinks about leaving really. So, just getting everybody there so we feel complete, I think, is it for me.
Scooter, how about you?
Well, it's like,
What message do you want to give your classmates about why
well,
it's
and
important?
I think you guys you broached the subject a little bit. I think once you get to, past the 20 year mark, 40 years, man, the cliques are gone. There's not anyone that you can't just visit with. We're all just kind of a part of the class of 86. And, it's just a good kinship between, all the folks that we've got coming out. And, if you're embarrassed, I've heard people, "Oh, I'm not going back." And like I said, there's nothing to be embarrassed of. I mean, hell, we all got our crosses to bear. So, come on out, man. You only get this chance once. It's not coming around again.
I mean, you're funny you said about clicks, 'cause it seems like the 5 or 10 year, everybody's bragging about the job they have and just throwing their little clicks. I mean, but when you're in your 40th and you get older, you're happy to be alive, and you're a little more laid back.
And I'm kind of the guy, I really don't give a shit. Just come on out.
Exactly, man.
Enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Miss Regina, what do you want to tell your classmates?
Well, I just want them to come. Just put all that you've heard about a reunion behind you. I know people talk bad about it. Well, they say, "Oh, they didn't talk to me in high school. Why would I want to see them now?" Why wouldn't you? We're different people. We're very different people, and the bottom line is we're all human. We're all from here. We all have similar stories about teachers and principals and life lessons that we learned together, and it's just fun. It's fun to go back. Like, I learned stuff about Robbie and Scooter at these reunions that I would have never guessed. And I laugh. So they're funny. We have some comedians. Let me tell you right now, we have some comedians. And last one, I went and picked up somebody that had said reunions were stupid. They weren't worth going to. He couldn't really afford to go, but I just went and picked him up and took him. He had a great time. And he was like, "Man, I didn't know that's what it's all about." I'm like, it's like a family. You get together and you remember life, and it's like it was such a simpler time than it is now. Why not for 48 hours just go back and remember the good old days and when life was...
Maybe that's
absolutely
what it is. We're back to that simple time.
Yeah, it is. You guys should tell post in the class, hey, if you guys can't make because of financial reason. We reached out to several people, and there was like 20 classmates who was willing to pay for another classmates.
Oh yeah,
I did.
We would do that too.
Everybody on our committee contributed to a scholarship fund, for a better lack of words, so that money was not an obstacle for people.
Right.
And wonderful.
We'd be happy to do that. Happy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, let's start, Regina. Start with Friday night. Where does everyone show up?
Okay,
where do they register?
They'll register online or come to the Blackness, 6th and Date Street in Plainview. It's the haunted house. They have a huge covered patio that they use for weddings and get-togethers, and they have a big TV out there. It has a dance floor. It has where we can do music. I'm going to take out, I have 2 big evaporated air conditioners out there so nobody can say it's too hot. We'll have those out there. And Rigo, y'all might know I do a little bit with the Blackness, but Rigo said he would love to have us, and I don't know. I won't be in costume, I don't think, that night, but if anybody wants to go through, I might could talk him through it. Talk him into it. Just
what time?
What time does it start?
It starts at 6 and it ends at midnight, but I'm pretty certain we'll go past midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what are you guys gonna have? It's BYOB.
Oh, we're gonna have pizza. We're gonna go get Main Street Pizza because it's Village Pizza's recipe, and Russell Bounds was our classmate. So we're gonna go to Lockney and pick up Main Street Pizza. We'll have finger foods and different stuff, but
so
Main Street Pizza.
The cost is all included. So they pay one reunion fee, and Friday and Saturday night's activities are included in that?
Yes.
Okay.
And is Friday BYOB? Somebody gonna make a run? Oh, you don't have to make a run to Nazareth.
BYOB,
it's wet now. But anyway, Is it a BYOB or are you guys gonna have a cash bar?
It's BYOB.
Okay.
Bring your own. Yeah.
All right. And
But
then
it'll be
Saturday,
a lot of fun, and that it's huge. It's a huge place. Nobody will mess with us, and Rigo says we can stay as long as we want. I guess until we get kicked out. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a cool place.
We'll go out to the
Nothing
back.
scary for anybody that asks. Is it scary? No, it's a patio. It's a concrete patio that they decorate.
nice. So there you go. Cigars and bourbons back there, Scooter. So
Yeah.
Saturday
Sure.
morning, anything going on Saturday morning?
We usually have, like I said, we kind of talk about it, I guess, on that Friday night. Sometimes we have trips up to Polladura. They do some hiking. And then some of them do, like, I guess there's a tea house in Plainview, which
Yeah.
I'm not going to do fucking tea house. But anyway, and then we do golf. We just do different things in and around Plainview. And
Okay,
we
so
kinda
there's
talk
nothing
about it.
scheduled, anything.
Nothing really scheduled. As it gets closer, we'll probably, block off some morning tea times or whatever.
A lot of people tend to go to breakfast,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the place or not, but I enjoyed that just as much as the
The
night before.
brew was fun. We need to go to the brew for breakfast. We went there once. That was
Okay.
good.
Do y'all ever schedule a tour of the high school for people that
We
have been gone
did.
for a long time?
We didn't
We
last
did one.
time, but
What was it?
we
Our,
did at the
was it
Zero one. we
Tour of the
did
high school?
30.
No, we did it. Wasn't it 10 years ago?
yeah, it was. I
we
think
did
it was
for
our
30.
30th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Didn't recognize the place.
All right. So let's go to Saturday evening.
Starts at
Bro.
6 and ends at midnight. We're going to do it out at Tombstone, and I think that's out on Date Street as well, isn't it? Like
yeah.
120 Date Street or something, I think.
400.
Anyway, it's Tombstone Barbecue, and what's that guy's name? Bill Westbrook, I think is his
Yeah.
name. Man, that's a super nice guy. Been really, works with us really well. Got a good setup out there at his place. So
What about entertainment? What's going on?
we've got we're putting together. We may put this, and I kind of thought about this last minute, but as we start amping up, because I've already put out a little information about the reunion, kind of putting it out there. I'm getting ready to send out another Facebook message for everyone to kind of, hey, you need to start getting your tickets. But we're going to put together a playlist so people can send requests in. And they have actually the, setup where you can play your own music there. So
Oh, great. That's a
cool.
real big cost saving measure. I mean, we pay for a
Yes,
DJ
yes,
and it's expensive.
You don't have
And
any
it has a real-
musicians? I was going to ask you have any musicians in y'all's class?
What's his name? Monty Eblin's a
Yeah,
musician.
Monty.
There you go.
We have some that can
Get 'em.
sing too.
Crack open that acoustic guitar. Shit.
Yeah,
Hell, I might
absolutely.
sing.
There you go.
It has a
Get that
real
liquid
pretty
courage
yard
in your
area,
system.
too.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And now Saturday night, is it BYOB or is there going to be a cash bar?
BYOB again. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
y'all,
not- we try to keep our costs down, and like I said, most people are going to go out to the back of Ginger Bell's trunk and get.
William Hancock will make a trip to Nazareth just to fucking go.
Yeah.
You don't.
William will
I know
help
it's
us
wet there,
out.
but he don't care. Road trip.
She's like, I don't remember. I think it was our what was that? Our 30th, 35th. She says, "Hey, let's go out here and let's get a drink." I'm like, "All right." So a bunch of us walked out. Hell, she popped her trunk. She starts whipping out shot glasses and dude, she had like a full bar, a wet bar right there in the back of her trunk. I'm just like, damn.
Hey, someone at our 40th, I'm not going to mention her name, but she kept dragging my girlfriend out to her car to take shots.
I know who that was.
Okay, don't. Yeah,
I'm not.
saying-
I'm not going to mention her name. You
Yeah.
know, at our reunion too on Saturday night, we had. What is it called, Flo? It's not the photo booth, but it takes.
yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
We're working on that. And then I
Okay.
saw,
Yep.
what was that thing I saw last night? It was something, it's a new thing, and it's a golf simulator.
Yep.
Somebody is just opening it here in Plainview. I think that would be fun
That'd be
to
nice.
put
would
out
be
there. I
fun.
thought that would be a great time.
Hey,
Yeah.
we were lucky. Our Saturday evening, we had Def Haggard perform that night.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Def Haggard. Yeah, they performed Photograph.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lisa and I, Andrew Dunlap, Gwyneth Dunlap, and Sean Foley we dressed like rockers, put the wigs on, and then we did a lip sync to Photograph.
That's
And,
cool.
I
and
was the
called our-
one-armed drummer.
Yeah. And one of the
Had my arm through the t-shirt and my arm back here.
even though Rick
drumming.
Allen didn't lose his arm, during the Photograph years, but we thought it would be funny.
That's
Well,
but one of our classmates' husband was like, "Why does she have an arm behind her back?" he didn't know that Rick lost his arm.
Yeah, right.
But it was fun.
You get to a certain age where some of your jokes fall flat on some of the youngsters. They don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I know.
Ooh, what?
We had a lot of fun. Flo came up with that idea to do. Wasn't it your idea to do that
A lot of the
performance?
shit we did was my idea.
Oh my gosh. And I let him rope me in, but it ended up being so much fun. And this is the fun about being this age is you don't give a flying fuck what people think about you.
Amen.
So you can go out there and make an absolute total fool of yourself and laugh at your own self along with
Right.
everybody else. And that's kind of
Right.
where we were. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
who cares? Laugh
Absolutely.
at me. I'm laughing at me myself,
Yeah, exactly. So Sunday, anything going on Sunday? Any breakfast, lunch before everybody leaves, or
Recuperation.
Recuperation. A lot of people say goodbye and do little things in the smaller group, but nothing like
Yeah.
big.
that's cool.
Saturday night's our last big thing together.
So another thing we'll suggest, and Rob, especially maybe you, Rob, see if the president's house is available. I rented that house, and Lisa stayed, Gwyneth, Andrew, and Sean. We had our little mini reunion, and people will stop by during the day, in the evening. Man, we partied down that weekend. We had like 30, 40 classmates come Thursday night and just hang out in the back and just had a good
It's
time.
nice. It's
So
really
if
nice.
it's available, man, you need to
Is
get
that
a hat.
the old Wayland thing on?
Yes.
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 I ate there one time.
Well,
Yeah.
and I want to share with y'all something that was really remarkable about having that experience is that Michael sent out a message to our classmates that we were going to be staying there and that we were basically going to have a continuous open house. Just come. If people showed up to have coffee early in the morning where we were still waking up, people showed up after dinner, people showed up at 2:00 in the morning, people stayed till 2:00 in the morning. It was a revolving door. We didn't turn anyone away. People just came in and out. And so what happened, because we started it on Thursday night, is that there was a lot of reacquainting of people that, like me, were coming for the first time or hadn't been in a long, long, long time. So by the time we got to our Friday and Saturday, there have been a lot of healing, a lot of cathartic experiences, a lot of really deep, meaningful conversations because we were in a house setting. It wasn't a big hoop-de-doo. It wasn't a loud party by any means. A lot of deep conversations came out of those 3 days of staying in that house and us having complete open door. I mean, we didn't even lock the door. People were just coming to visit in the living room, in the backyard, and it was probably the best experience I've ever had in my time in Plainview, and it meant the world to me.
Yeah, and every room has its own bathroom and shower.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
a
not,
cool place.
yeah, it is. Except for the basement, but no one stayed down in the basement. I don't know if they made any remodeling to that or not. I have no idea.
And there's a little casita in the backyard for sale.
Oh yeah, Scott Broussard stayed there back there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Scott Broussard stayed back
Yeah,
there.
which I don't know if that's available, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely, Rob, I would call, see, and try to find some classmates who will stay there as
I
well.
might check that out.
Yeah,
Good
it's a fun time. So,
It's a good idea.
well, guys, it looks like you guys you got your shit together. I mean, it's good. So let's put that aside and let's talk about some memories from high school. So, what's some of the shit you're gonna share at your 40th,
shit.
Scooter? Let's go, Scooter. What is some shit you're gonna talk about and at the table? And this is how, by the way, I got the idea of this podcast at our 40th reunion Saturday night, and when everyone's eating at the table, I got up to get a drink, and every table that I saw was laughing hysterically. Every table was sharing some stuff, and I'm like, "Duh, hey, I need to do a podcast based on our stories growing up in Plainview."
Well, that's what it's all about. I mean,
Yeah.
because we're all rooted. I mean, we we have the same hallways, classrooms, the high school, and that's where we come from. We're all kind of part of that. And, people just need to come, and like the stories that you get, it's amazing a lot of times, and that's the fun part about it, is reliving some of those old memories.
You're dancing around my question. You got to share a story.
Well, what kind of story would you like?
Oh, let's talk about a trip to Nazareth. I mean, I don't know. Come on. No.
Any story, like
Yeah.
something's got to stand out from high school that you just don't forget.
Well, I haven't forgotten a lot of it. So, being senior class president, trip to Nazareth, we had the what's that shit called that Regina always gives me a hard time about? Coronation.
Oh.
Yeah. So we had coronation
Coronation.
practice, right?
Mhm.
Coronation practice the night before or something, and so I think it was Logan Bradley, and
Logan would be nice to see again. I haven't seen him.
Yeah. And so we all loaded up in a car and we went to Nazareth for coronation practice beforehand. And I think I was a big Budweiser guy back in the day. And I think I got a couple of quarts of Budweiser, and mistake was watermelon schnapps. And I think I drank both of the quarts on the way back and started in on the watermelon schnapps and got sick at Logan Bradley's house somewhere out in the backyard, I think, and went to coronation. And I'm pretty jovial anyway. You start getting a little liquor up in me, I get a little bit more vulgar and more jovial. And ended up, Dean Smith, I think, handed me this card with something I had to say. And I memorized it in like a minute. And then the next day, I got up there and did the practice thing because I had to be up on stage. And the next morning, he called me to the office because I was kind of a goody two shoes. I didn't drink much in high school. And he called me to the office. He goes, "Well, Scooter," he says, "I don't know if you were drinking last night." He said, "But you did okay with the speech and everything. He said, just make sure that you're okay for the coronation night." So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Okay. All right. A little tame story, but
he was pretty cool to not give you licks or,
Right. Back in the day when you could.
Yeah.
He was a favorite. He wouldn't got his butt busted.
I pulled the wool over his ass too on our school song.
Regina, what about you?
Had my first wine cooler coronation night. That was fun. Graduation night was bad. That was the first time I really, really drank. Me and Stacy drank a lot. I passed out in Brett Barton's car. Willie McGee stood at the window all night, go, "I told you, Tweety, I told you to not do that. I told you." I was sick. I had to fly to Houston the next day because Randy was down there trying out for the Houston Oilers, and I had to act like I was innocent and I wasn't hungover. That was fun, but lots of memories, lots of cheer memories. I just love it all. And I love talking to people that wasn't in my little group because they were fun. I thought Robbie was just smart. I thought Robbie was just smart. I didn't think he did anything but study. And then we get to these reunions and he's telling some of his stories, and that boy is funny, and they have some funny stories. I was at home a lot. Let's put it that way.
Well, Rob, we got 45 minutes, brother. Let's start some funny stories.
Well, I'm not going to tell it, but I'll remind. I know Scooter was standing there, and I think Regina might have been too. The Alex and Gary story that they were telling. You remember that in the English class?
I think I do.
You have to refer, man. Dude, there's so many stories.
We'll get Alex and let him tell it at the because he and Gary had a special relationship, and I don't know how they kept from killing each other. But I remember, and I didn't want to tell this story because they already preceded with 2 drinking stories, and that makes me feel like there's a problem. Never happened, but for some reason, Pat Branch and me and Clifton Pinnell all piled in Clifton's his Blazer back then. And we took off to Nazareth because we needed a bunch. I think it was one of Wes's parties. I don't remember exactly. But we went and we basically had as much beer as we could carry. It was like 2 or 3 cases a piece. We're like loaded down coming out the front door. And we're going down those little steps. And we look up and Coach Sherwood standing right there.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
And we all thought we were just, life was over. But I guess he didn't want people knowing he was in Nazareth either. I don't know. But yeah, that was a pretty made us rethink what we were doing there for a little while. That's for sure.
That's funny.
It is funny.
What did he say?
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. We all just kind of looked at each other and we realized, what was going on. And we just kind of put our heads back down and kept walking, and so did he pretty much.
Oh, it was one of those, I don't see you and you don't see
Don't
me.
see me.
2-for-1 special inside, guys. Go ahead.
That's hilarious.
There's another one that I kind of cherish, especially since JP's not with us anymore. But he and I were up there one Friday night, and he always let his beard grow during the week so we could go to Nazareth without any questions, But I don't think he did that particular week. And we went up there, and he walked up and he puts his hands on the, it's like trying to be Mr. Confident, and tells George he wants a case of Coors Light. And George kind of looks at him and real close, and he goes, "You boys 19?" And John Paul looked at him and he said, "George, we've been 19 for the last 3 years we've been coming here." He gave it to us and we left.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I
Oh,
love
wow.
that story.
That's one of the best stories we've heard. That is funny.
For sure.
Quick, I just want to know, let's talk about licks. Rob, when did you receive your licks, if you did, and what did you do to get them?
I got a lick on the very last day of high school after finals was over and before we walked. Wasn't it that night, I think?
Mhm.
We were
What'd you do?
We were in Mrs. Berry's computer math class.
Mrs. Berry.
Yeah, remember her?
I
I
did.
remember her because of this. And so this is it. We're done. So we hurried through our our tests or whatever we're doing, and they make us stay the whole time. Oh, wait, no, they made us stay until the last person was done. Then we could leave. And it turns out the only person between us and like freedom forever was Todd Weatherford. He was just agonizing over this final that we had all gave up on a long time ago. We're 30, 45 minutes. We've been done. And Todd's over there going through the details. He's fighting his lift and he's thinking about it real hard. And we're just giving him hell, like, come on, Todd, it's time to go. We're just doing everything we can to get him just to give up and let's just get out of here. And Mrs. Berry didn't like it. She sent JP and I out in the hall, and we kind of walked out in the hall and we realized there was nobody there watching us. So we just kind of looked at each other and we left. And then about 45 minutes later, the phone started ringing at the house. We had to go back to school to take our lick, or they weren't going to give us our diplomas.
Uh-oh.
Who gave them to you?
So we went back.
Who
Mr.
gave you your
McVeigh?
licks?
Who gave them to you?
McBee.
Ooh.
That hurt.
He sent you off the right way.
I'm sure it was probably a little extra because we left too, but he wasn't really anything he could do about it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Ouch. I mean, that hurt. What about you? Well, shit, Scooter, we probably know you've got several.
Shit, man. Dude, look here. I told you I was a good kid. Hell, the only licks I ever got were like in, I think, 7th grade. What was that? We had a shop teacher.
Mr.
Griffin.
Billy DeBusk. Y'all remember Billy DeBusk?
Oh, I do remember. I thought you were talking about the teacher. Yeah.
No. Yeah, well, the teacher. Yeah, I can't remember his name. He drove that. He's a big man, but he drove that little Volkswagen.
Griffin.
Rabbit.
Griffin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Griffin, that's it. Yeah. There you go. And anyway, so Billy and a couple of other ones, I don't know, they were messing around with they pulled one of his socks out of his bag or something. They caught that shit on fire. And I just was there laughing. Anyway, I got licks from him. He lit my shit up, brother. Woo. And then I think Miss Odom in 7th grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, wasn't she in high school too?
No, she was 7th grade
No, I think she was dating somebody.
in high
Kite.
school.
Okay.
Yeah, this kite.
A high school
Anyway,
kid?
Yeah.
So Miss Odom one day, Thomas Glenn walked in, and like I said, it's not high school, but close. And he did that titty twister shit where he grabbed my nipple,
Ooh.
and I'm standing there, and he's like, "Whistle or lose it." I said, "Bitch, I guess I'm gonna lose it." And about that time, Miss Odom walks in. She says, "Boys, step out in the hallway." And this gal had a mustache better than any man I've ever seen.
I remember Miss Odom.
It's scary.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I took those licks. I didn't really do anything, but dude, that gal, she lit my shit up too. Woo.
What was that guy's name you said?
What's that?
What was the guy's name you said?
Thomas Glenn. You remember Thomas Glenn?
I hadn't thought about him in so long. He's one of the guys we need to find.
Yeah, for sure. Hell, he's probably in a loony bin somewhere. I don't know, but he was crazy back then. I know that for sure. He was funny.
He'll come back as an accountant.
Yeah, probably
Probably wearing a suit right now.
a senator.
Yeah.
He's in politics.
Gordon Hughes is another guy I hadn't
Yes.
heard of.
Gordon Hughes, yeah.
Well, cool.
Crazy.
Regina,
Yes. I never got licks. I was a good
never.
girl. No.
Did you ever get a choice? Like, did you mess up and get a choice to go to D Hall or get licks, and you chose
No.
D
I
Hall?
don't think I ever got in trouble. The only time that I almost did was senior skip day, and everybody was supposed to leave. And so all the cheerleaders decided we would go too. And we thought if everybody leaves after that Teacher Olympics that they had, everybody leaves, then we'll get at the very end of the line and they'll be tired of giving licks. And so ours won't be very hard. And so we go out there, we're all brave. Me, Stacy, Stephanie, and Sally are sitting in the front seat of my dad's pickup. We're like, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave. And we see everybody going back in the school. We're like, dang it. And everybody walks in and we're like, I'm not getting the first lick, because if we were all, they were going to light us up. So we were like, no. So we tucked our butts and went back in, so we didn't get licks. But and I got threatened one time when Miss LaFont called me Regina in front of everybody, and I corrected her. Because Brent Martin always called her Miss, and she was like, my name is Mrs. LaFont. And she looked at me, she said, Regina, will you bring this paper to the front? And I lost my mind on that one. I was like, my name's Regina. Mr. Dean Smith called me to the office, and he's like, Regina, I heard you kind of got upset with Miss LaFont. I was like, yes, because now my name is Regina and I didn't appreciate that.
She gave it to me.
She gave me a name. She didn't want to be called Miss. I for sure didn't want to be called that.
I remember teasing you with that a few times.
Yes.
Sorry.
And that's how my name, but with Ginger Bell, became Birth Canal, because Regina the vagina. I changed it to Birth Canal, and she's still gonorrhea, so it's all good.
Oh, jeez.
I never knew where that came from. I thought I made it up myself.
Oh.
This the font, and there was a whole bunch of boys in that class our freshman year, and you're so insecure anyway. And for her to pop that off, I thought I was gonna die that day.
You
She's
poor
kinda
thing.
You had some big brothers. I mean, Jimmy was just skinny, but Alfred was huge.
Alfred was huge, yeah.
Yeah. Oof. I wouldn't have messed with you. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. So, who was your favorite teacher, Regina, and why?
Oh gosh, I had a lot. I loved Mr. George my senior year, even though he wasn't a teacher. He was the principal. But like our senior year, Miss Mapp, our cheer sponsor, was going through a lot, and Mr. George stepped in, and he had been a cheerleader before, and he really helped us in that aspect. And I thought that was so cool, because I was so scared of him, and then all of a sudden he was just human, and I just loved him. Miss Kidwell, I loved her. A. B. Lyles, he was cool. Mr. Dixon, algebra. I still get to see him to this day. He is 96 years old. He comes to see me every 6 months at my place of employment. And it
Oh,
is so cool. We just laugh. He's like, I'd be in jail now, Regina. I'd be in jail now. What he did.
Why was he saying that?
Because he used to like come by with the paddle and beat your desk if you fell asleep. And he had a big old jar of ammonia on a sponge.
Oh yeah,
for his
okay,
sleep.
yeah.
Set it by your desk. He was something else. Morning. It still says morning.
Well, he always had like
the,
he did the overhead. He did like Miami.
get up
Yeah.
there and he'd just talk. And,
oh,
yeah, I cheated every day in his class, and I told him.
That's so sweet. Oh, I bet you were his favorite. You know it.
I don't know, but Daniel Pena got me through algebra because I cheated off him every single day.
Wait a minute.
Every day.
He didn't graduate with us.
No,
He was
was
a year older.
but he was in that algebra class with me. And
Okay.
and Mr. Dixon said we could work in pairs. Smart me found the smartest guy in class.
Yeah.
I didn't do a math problem not one.
Yeah, may he rest in peace. Yeah.
Yes. I think every time I saw him that I'd still be in math if it wasn't for him.
I'm sure if he was still alive, he would be saying that he got the best end of that deal. That's all I'm going to say. So, Rob, who was your favorite teacher and why?
I probably have to say Mrs. Bowers. You know, she was really tough, but she prepared me better, I think, at least in science, than any other teacher did, for sure. She was really good and had high expectations, and you wanted to live up to them, you know. So I really appreciated her.
Cool.
Yeah, she was intellectually scary and mysterious. She was like, she'd come back from the dead like twice or some shit. So at least she was like strange.
But you
I
know,
enjoyed her class.
you were kind of intimidated by her, much the way you are in college, you know. And I think there was something about that toughened me up, so that it wasn't so bad, you know. That's what I mean by prepared. She just she kind of raised it to another level.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do you feel like she elevated you as a student?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You had to work to keep up in her class. I mean, there were lots of people who, you know, struggled with that class or those classes. There was lots of them, chemistries and physics.
Some of us weren't smart enough to be in those.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Daniel Pena can't be in your class in every class.
Lord.
Scooter, who was your favorite teacher and why?
Well, you know, it's funny because, you know, I mean, I go back and I recollect of all the, you know, teachers that I've had over the years. You know, I think for different reasons, I had different ones, you know, all the way through from like kindergarten all the way up. High school, though, you know, Miss Tisdale. Oh, she was such a genteel. She was just a lovely lady. I just loved to listen to her. You know, of course, I think it was Miss Butler. Miss Bauckham was really cool. But probably someone that, you know, had a really huge impact on my life is because I'm a freak on math. I love math. And Mr. Dixon, he was just, God, he was so awesome. And I spoke to Regina here not too long ago because she said that he comes in on occasion. And I wanted to meet him. And she passed along that I told him that he was my favorite teacher of all time. And he was, you know, he's just a good guy. There's a funny story about Miss Bowers, though. I think she was out because she was always like near death or having to go out for hospital visits or something. And we had this big chemistry test coming up. And the night before the test was the red, white, and blue review, I think. It had like the bands and the orchestra and everybody played. And so I thought, man, I'll go to that. You know, we all went out. And I think me and a bunch of the football guys, we all went out and got burrs like that day. And we showed up at this red, white, and blue review. And they're like, "Hey man, let's stay out." I said, "Man, I got to get home. I got to study the pH, scale." And I probably shouldn't mention names, but one of the guys like, "Man, just cheat on that shit." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean? I don't cheat. Like, that's not my deal." And because the pH scale, I mean, how easy is the pH scale? So long story short, I cheated. I wrote it on this little piece of paper, and it was the first thing because she said that would be on the test. And we had a substitute teacher, Miss Seal.
Oh, I
Ah,
remember.
you remember her. Everybody
Miss
remembers
Seal.
Miss
So she was funny. And so I'm tired of shit because I stayed out all late, and but I had my pH cheat sheet, and I'm sitting there, and we get the test. She just passes it out, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, I got to get this shit done." So I just start cheating right there, and I'm out here, and dude, I'm pHing, putting this scale down there, and it's right there, and Miss Seal walks from behind me all the way. She passes me, and she's already passed me. And I look up and I see her, and when I flinch, she looked back, and she picked up my test, and I had to sit there the entire class. And I think I passed. I passed chemistry with a 70 because I got 2 zeros.
Oh,
Woo, I almost didn't get to play football, but anyway,
That was cool.
funny story to me, but it
Yeah.
wasn't too funny at the time. I had to go tell Coach Sherwood. Oh Lord,
Oh,
that was
how'd
neat.
they go?
It was like a turd in a punch bowl, brother. But he was always cool with me because like I'm kind of a no nonsense, no bullshit kind of guy. I guess I just said, "Hey, look, man, I messed up.
Yeah.
And I did this. I owned it." So
Well, we've had several football shows, and then every PH player that played for him said it's not he got angry. He showed his disappointment, and that's what really.
Yes, for sure. Yeah,
So, yeah. Well, we need to do an '86 football show. in
Yes,
the
sir.
fall,
We
man.
get Thomas Curry, Brent Barton, Randy Malone, Shannon
Well,
Block.
You're my contact.
Come on in, baby.
You're my
I
contact.
guess you have some homework, Scooter.
Well, there you go.
There you do.
And Connor.
Yep,
Oh.
Connor. Yeah.
Is anybody
I've
remember
got
him?
stories. But,
You stay in
it's
contact with him.
What's his name?
Connor Evans.
I just
Yeah.
became Facebook friends with him.
Yeah, good guy for sure.
Is he like part of your group, Scooter, or is it?
What do you mean?
So I don't know. There's a group of you guys that get together, right? So
Yeah. He's part of the good. Like so, Brian Ragland. He has a house down in right outside of Austin. I guess it's in Marble Falls. Right there was that Lake LBJ or whatever it is.
could be, yeah.
Anyway, he has a lake house up there, and so every year, all of the guys, Brent and Brian, Patrick Weathered, Connor Evans, Russell Green, who was a little younger than us, we always, we usually go up there and we play golf all weekend, and we might drink a little bit,
Nah.
and
Smoke a little bit.
you know what? I think I'm the only one that's ever smoked a cigar around them, but yeah, it's a
said-
good time for sure.
You said Weatherhead. I should have said him earlier too. I like talking to him. He's fun.
Yeah,
He's funny.
he is hilarious.
I
And
don't
his
talk
kid,
enough.
and his wife, and his new kid, they're
He has
just
a
adorable.
2-year-old.
Yeah.
What?
Brandon has a 2-year-old.
Yes.
I can't even imagine that, man.
Dude, I'd still be shitting if I had a 2-year-old.
Well, I'm 61 and my youngest is 14.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah, I married
Wow.
a young woman back then, 13 years apart, and we had 2 kids. So, yeah, my youngest is going to be a junior next year.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
I'm barely making it at all. If I had to do without any sleep, I'd be history.
Oh, yeah.
Way out
Same.
Yeah.
Well, here's a philosophical question for y'all. With all your life's experiences, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your younger self? I'm going to start with you, Rob.
Good or
Oh,
bad? Good or bad?
It's like a pop test that way. If I'm first,
Yeah. That's like
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too hard, but I definitely like to try it all over again. I know there's a few things I do differently for sure.
Why is that? And what would that be? Yeah, you got to get deep here, brother. We get deep here.
Uh, I don't know. I did some things that I'm not super proud of. I probably would not do those things and do different things instead. I'm not going to get
That's
any more
pretty
specific
vague.
than that.
But you were fun. You had fun. That was the bottom line. And you
Yeah,
lived.
we had
You
fun.
didn't hurt anybody.
Mostly,
Most
yeah.
of the
Not physically. There's a lot of emotional hurt, I think.
time.
Yeah. I could do it better this time, for sure.
Okay.
But we can't do it under today's, phone tracking and all that. And,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
Man, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that shit again in this
No.
day and age. Oh my God.
not in today's, but if we could go back then, like rewind, yeah, that'd be cool.
Hell, we'd all be in jail from the cell phones if they'd had
Oh,
phones
yeah.
back and video recording devices. Oh
We
my
couldn't have
God.
done a
That's gonna
Oh.
be my next question after
Yeah,
this, but
yeah.
we'll finish this one here. So,
So-
Scooter, about you?
For me,
Yeah. What would you tell your younger self, knowing what you know now?
knowing what I know now, this day,
Besides betting on certain games and getting rich out or
um,
stocks, buy it, certain stocks.
I would probably say follow your heart and never miss an opportunity to tell that special person that you love them, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring.
Great.
Nice. Sweet.
And just, go for it.
Mm.
So there you go.
There you go. That's a good one.
Miss Regina.
I would probably just say that if you want something, you have to go for it. I mean, you go for it scared, tired, lazy. And I think I was always pretty good about pushing myself when I was younger, trying to be the best at anything I could be. I would be a little bit calmer on myself, but I would still say, you got to work for anything you want. Nothing comes easy. Work for it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to Scooter. If we had cell phones back then, what would you have loved to capture or not capture?
In high school,
Yeah.
I think it would be, this would be the funniest shit. You talk about a reality TV show. We could go, and I think it was Gabriel, and we stole one of the mannequins. You remember that shithead that would walk around in the parking lots of the morning and tell you to get out of your car, get out of your car. Like, dude, I'm not smoking dope or I'm not drinking yet, but it was, it's one of those things like, we had a mannequin set up in one of the cars. It was, I can't remember his name. He was like a year older, and he had a white Mercury Capri, one of those 5 liters.
Mm-hmm.
And he had it set out front. And so we put this mannequin in there. And so they got a video, a cassette tape. And he would always come up and he'd kind of bang on the hood of your car and give you, this gesticulation like, hey, get your ass out or whatever. And so they had this cassette playing. It's like, go away, asshole. Don't touch my car, bitch. It was just like a bunch of crazy shit. And we were all standing back watching because the car was running. It was locked, but it had this mannequin. And it was just the look on his face. I wished I had that on video because that shit was hilarious watching it. But it'd be even more hilarious today. Just watch.
Oh, wow.
That video would go viral for
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
it would, because he was making all kinds of motions, and then he started kind of looking. He's like, shit, and then he starts looking around.
I don't remember what that guy's name is, but as soon as you said it, I could see his big old thick glasses.
Yeah,
telling
right.
you get out of the car.
Yeah,
I remember
That
when
is
he called
funny.
me.
If what the hell was I going to say? I just lost it. Anyway, Rob, what about you, Rob?
What was the question again?
If we had cell phones back in the day,
Oh,
can you share a moment you wished you would have captured or a moment that
You're
you're
glad wasn't.
Yeah, that there were
well,
no phones around.
the moments that weren't captured, thankfully, are I'm sure far outnumber. But I think that's the kind of stuff I like is just the stuff we never appreciated. Like there's a picture floating around somewhere of just I think it's Kyle Foster and gosh, I can't think of this guy's name. But Mark Taylor's in it, and there's another guy in it. I don't remember his name. And they're just like they're sitting in class. They're not doing anything. But to me, that's like super interesting because you're like looking at that, it's like the place we talk about all these things happen, and there's a picture of it. And I'll bet there's no pictures of anything that went on while we're in school.
Right.
And there's a lot of things there that when I go back and think about it in my mind, I picture those classrooms and those seats and stuff where people said this or did that. And it was just cool to see that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird.
Okay, that's cool. Regina?
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad there's a lot. I'm glad that they wasn't around for sure for that graduation night when my mom didn't know I came home like that. I'm awfully glad nobody could find those days. But yeah, just pictures of the fun moments and just the pure joy on people's face. I don't think these kids now have the pure joy that we have. It's like a pressure because they have their phone with them all the time. And something happened at school on Friday. It was a really big deal on Friday, but by Monday, without internet and without social media, it was over by Monday. If you survived Friday, whoever was talking about whatever on Monday was gone. And that was such a joy. And I think that's something that these kids will never, ever get to know because the pressure's on them.
Yeah, funny you said the kids didn't experience like, say someone was caught by police officers, in the evening. By Monday, he went to jail. He was processed. I mean, the stories just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was just a simple thing,
But everybody forgot it quick. It wasn't going all over the nation. Everybody chiming in from Indiana or whatever.
It didn't go viral.
Good or
But
bad
Excellent.
person.
It's a totally different level of freedom too, though. I mean, and risk, like you're out in the country, nobody literally knows where you are, and there's no way they can find out. Now that's not true anymore at all, ever. And to me, that's kind of a big loss because that's where we had most of our fun was out there where nobody could possibly be looking.
Yeah, a lot more freedom. And, something we've not talked about in other shows is that, you touched on the kids today are under so much pressure because of social media. And there is a lot more bullying because there's cyberbullying, right? And, I know that some kids were bullied in school. I mean, that's the reality of it. But think of if you can just reflect back to all 4 years of your high school, it was a rare thing to see somebody get in a fight. And bullies were usually stopped. It's not like today where there's just so much pressure.
Right.
It wasn't, you were held accountable back then, and your parents supported your being held accountable. And so
there were consequences, to your actions.
There were consequences.
We've talked about licks, man. A lot of kids today, they need a good ass whooping. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're missing. We're missing the consequence side of action.
Yeah.
With the McBee hit hanging over your head,
you can turn good real fast.
Yeah, he was on our show. So he was proud of those days.
But you guys think about it. We were raised in an era where we were taught to respect our teachers. Yes. And we also, to some degree, feared our teachers and feared our principals because we knew there were consequences, whether it was at school or at home. Nowadays, teachers are afraid of the students.
Right.
Yeah.
My whole family's in education, and it's just it's heartbreaking. But they're afraid of the students because the teachers, coddle the kids, and
Well, they're afraid. They're afraid.
Yes, it's very different. We were so damn lucky to grow up when we did.
And we could take care of ourselves too. We didn't need to argue with somebody and then go home and have your mom call a lawyer and get the school board involved. My brother told me, if you can talk shit, you'll never be in a fight. act tough.
The-
I did it at one time
Yeah.
in a bar, but that was later on. But that was not my fault. But Alfred always said, "Talk shit back. They won't.
Yeah.
They won't buck you. If you're
Mhm.
fearful of them, they're going to get you."
Yeah.
But now these
That's-
kids do not know how to
absolutely.
stand up for themselves. They
Mhm.
just back off.
Well, if there was a fight back then, like Regina said, it was over by Monday.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of moved on, forgotten about it. But it was just that. It was just a fight, and it's like that doesn't exist anymore.
No, I mean, now they hurt you, kill
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So it's
Well-
more than that. And so, guys, we're almost at the end. I got a couple more questions to ask, and then Elisa can ask if she has one. But music, Regina, is there an '80s song that you hear now that reminds you of a memory? back
We
in-
built this city on rock and roll. That was
Why?
Coronation Night. Coronation Night. I don't know. That one just sticks out. I remember that one.
Okay. What about you, Rob?
The only thing I can think of right now, back to that night we ran into Coach Sherwood, I just remember Clifton just playing Judas Priest Turbo Lover over and over and over again. So I'd probably say that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to guess Scooters, War Games.
War Pigs.
War Pigs. I'm sorry, War Pigs.
Come on, man! Don't do me like that. Well, like I said, I have a very eclectic, music taste. I guess because I listen to just about everything. But definitely growing up in Plainview, I listen to rock and roll.
But what's a particular song you hear now? If you hear it on the radio now, that reminds you of a memory.
Well, a lot of the like Def Leppard was coming around that time. Van Halen was definitely just, I remember standing at, matter of fact, Regina was there and Brent Barton, we were all standing there, I think in the Gibson's parking lot, and I had my hatchback up. I had my Pioneer 6907s cranking and the beginning of this Van Halen song, and it's kind of got this ominous sound coming in, and Brent's looking up for airplanes or something. It was just kind of funny, but yeah, like I said, I enjoyed a lot of rock and roll. Van Halen probably is my favorites, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, before I ask my last question, Lisa, do you have anything to ask him?
No, I think we've covered everything.
Okay. Well, we forgot to ask, when is the reunion? What's the dates?
What are the dates? That's important.
So we've got
July 17th and 18th.
Yep, July
Wow,
17th and July 18th.
It's around the corner.
Won't be long.
No, it'll be well, good. What do you hope that your classmates will take away from attending the reunion, Rob?
Depends on who it is. If they've been coming to these reunions, then they know they're going to have a great time and everybody's going to enjoy seeing each other. And for the people who hadn't come before, they're going to regret not having come before because we really have a good time.
Oh, cool. What about you, Scooter?
Well, it's just like, just that renewed sense of connection with, people like we grew up with. I mean, these, you spent a lot of time with these folks and just to kind of renew it and kind of catch up with them, and a lot of times it's funny, but for me, I mean, I may not see somebody for years, 5 years or whatever. And then the second I see them, it's like yesterday I talked to them, so it's just that connection and kind of rekindling friendships and people that that maybe you didn't talk to a lot back in the day, but now it's it's just really comfortable. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. What about you, Regina? What do you hope they take away from attending?
I hope that they regret not coming if they haven't. I hope they realize that what a unique experience it is to just put away all today's problems and think about the good old days when we had a lot of fun and we were actually pretty well taken care of by our parents and didn't have a lot of worries. But it's just fun. I mean, like Scooter said, you just go back and you haven't seen these people in 5 years. And it's like yesterday, you just start talking and picking up where you left off. I think we'll appreciate it a lot more. I think Wes Dorman said it best last time. He had kind of had a health scare and he said, I just wanted to come back. I just wanted to see everybody, just in case this was my last time. I wanted to see everybody, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we had a table with maybe 30, 40 people that had passed away, Lisa.
Yeah.
And we had 3 pass away within 6 months of the reunion.
Wow.
So just you never, like I said, you never know when God's going to call you a ticket, man.
Right. Right.
So, well, guys, thank you. I hope you guys have a very successful reunion. I hope you can reach out. I hope some of the suggestions we suggested, hopefully you guys can use them and utilize them and get people
Appreciate
to
it.
come. Definitely, like I said, the senior photo, that was definitely a home run because a lot of us, I would say about 50 or 60 of us did it. So, but I want to let's go to our parting words. Scooter, I'll start with you, brother.
Mm.
Oh man.
Well, it's been fun. Like I said, I'm just glad to be here and looking forward to the reunion. I appreciate you guys, letting us come on and share a little bit, and I think it's important. Like the goat knuckle thing, I remember that riding on a bus over to College Hill and somebody throwing the goat knuckles. It's just funny as shit to me, just, the name of it. But, it's greatly appreciated. So thank you.
Well, cool. Thank you. Rob?
I appreciate you guys letting us come on also. For me, I just, anybody who happens to watch this, please, reach out to your friends, anybody who you think may or may not have heard about this, or even if they have, just encourage them to come, because that's what really makes it great, is everybody showing up. So please do.
Okay. Regina?
I want to thank Scooter for always being there and helping us get this together. And thank you, Robbie, for coming on this year, because I kind of followed my friends last year, Linda and Tiffany, on their reunion to kind of get us some ideas. And all I did was come up with ideas, and then I shot them to Scooter, and Scooter shot them to Robbie. It's a team thing. Leanne takes care of our money. Gina does stuff for us on the side. So it's definitely a team effort, but we just want everybody there. It's just come.
Yeah. Well,
There'll be
good.
something for everybody. It doesn't matter. And spouses, we have some great spouses that have come over the years. We always look forward to seeing them too. So,
Are other people outside y'all's class, can they attend?
heck yeah, if they want to come,
Yeah.
As long as they pay.
as long as they pay.
Oh yeah, how much is it? We didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
How much
So
are the
it's
tickets?
$50 a person, so $100 a couple. So,
Okay.
and that'll, like I said, as time draws closer, I'll put more information out. You'll be able to get tickets probably a few days up until. You'll still be able to get tickets once it happens, but it'll cost you a little more because, like I said, we've got some, I guess things that they're going to want to know for the caterer at Tombstone or whatever. So
Cool.
it's just good to have that information.
Well, again, as Lisa mentioned earlier, Rob, create that Google Docs, that spreadsheet, and Google that way. If you guys are going to contact certain people, you guys can keep your information on there, like why or.
I think we need to talk about how to actually do that. I think one of the things that'll help us get started doing that is actually the day of the gathering that our website does for people buying tickets.
Yep.
So then we kind of have a list, then we have something we can work with,
Right.
As it is, we can get a roster off the Facebook page, and but we have really, really good participation on the Facebook page.
We do.
So,
Yeah. And again, you guys post like every other day, always something about the reunion. Especially it's around the corner, man.
Yeah, and if you're just out and about in Plainview or Houston, if you see anybody, I know Robbie's like, I never see anybody I know. But if you happen to see anybody, invite them. Say, hey, we'd love for you to come. Make them feel welcome.
Well, Stacy's right down the road from me. She's about 30 minute from where I live. I
That's
live in
right. We
Hempstead.
talked
She's in
about
College
that.
Station.
Hey, if you see her, tell her she needs to get her butt up here.
Yeah, I quite frequently visit College Station. Yeah. Anyhow, no, that's okay.
No,
All right,
no.
guys. Thank y'all. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, Lisa's parting words. My apologies.
Well, again, thank y'all for giving us the opportunity to promote your show and to just come in and have some great conversation with us and reminisce about high school. I think what you're doing is super important, and your classmates I know are very appreciative, and I wish you great success. I think y'all have a great class, and I hope that you have the biggest turnout ever for this. And to your classmates, come and reward their efforts by showing up. So, thank you again.
Cool.
Thank you,
And
Lisa.
Thank you.
thank you. And
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna have fun creating shorts from this video. Definitely
Yes,
the
good stories.
oh yeah. So thanks guys. Have a good evening and good luck.
All
Thank
right,
you.
appreciate it.
Right,
Good
bye-bye.
night.
And good night.
Good night.
Yeah. I hope they have a successful show. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
like they got their shit together. So
Yeah, for sure.
excuse me. So July, what was it? 17th, 18th?
17th and 18th.
Yeah, Friday, and Friday night is at the Blackness, where they hold the haunted house every
Yeah.
Halloween, and of course the barbecue place. Forgot the name of it already. Oh, well. It'll be on the Oscar class page.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you for another good show. Thank you for watching. And again, if you're from class of '86, go participate or attend your reunion. And if anyone who may know someone from the class of '86, reach out to them and get them to go to their 40th. So persuade them. So
I promise it will be worth your while. You will be so glad that you went. I promise you.
yes, I've been to all of ours, and so it's a lot of fun. So we're gonna be off again next week. We're gonna take another week off, and then the following week we will have Emily Jones, class of '95. She was the field reporter for the Texas Rangers for like 21 years, and but she's still involved with the Texas Rangers, and I don't know what what capacity she is, but we'll definitely ask her that during the interview. So anyway, guys, go Knuckle, and peace and love. Peace and love. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.